What's going on, y'all? Welcome to the Joel Friday TV podcast. I am Joel Friday TV. Bienvenido. Welcome to the show. Few announcements before we get started. Hit that like button, smack it, lay the smack down on the like, subscribe, and share button. Tell your peoples about the show so we get the subscribers up and the message out. Amazing stuff. As you guys know, we are a talk show and we are live Monday through Thursday at 11 a.m. Pacific time. And at any point during the live taping, you can call in and we can talk about whatever you want. So you do have that option by calling 888-775-3773, 888-775-3773, and we can get into whatever you want, y'all. If for whatever reason you can't call in, but you still have a question or comment, or you just want to support the show, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/JoelFridayTV. The link is in the YouTube description, or go directly to the YouTube chat, hit the super chat button, send your question or comments there. I'll read them live on air. Amazing stuff, right? We are live on YouTube, Instagram, and on Facebook, so you can watch it from whatever platform suits you best. Shout out to CG, says, "Hi, not feeling well, but can't miss JFTV. We'll be listening while laying down. Blessing to everyone." Right on, CG. I hope that the words today bring healing to your soul and spirit. And I also wish you well, CG. Rest up. Eat some soup. Stay hydrated. And God bless you. Amazing stuff. Let's get into it. We got some stuff we're going to get into. I had some super chats here. Super chat out the gate. Lin Yan Chin, the insecure will malign and slander your intent with their misplaced sense of what words mean. Ooh, deep. Since they generate a caricature and take that misconception as the genuine article, free speech is dead. Wow. I understood that one completely. Usually it's hard for me to tell Lin Yan's chats, but that one I understood. 100%. I do think there's an element of you want to be conscious of the things you say because of out of respect to others. But in the grand scheme of things, what Lin Yan Chin is saying is that just because I say something has nothing to do with the way you perceive it and the way it makes you feel. It has nothing to do with me. If you feel it, then that's your problem within you. And if I feel it, that's my problem in me. It's never about the other person. It's always about you. So 100%, because everybody already get mad at me about my show title. I thought it was nice, but they didn't even know what I got to say about it yet. And Terry already like, my place is whatever I say it is. I can picture Terry in some cornrows like this. My place is whatever I say it is. You know how the black girls clap? But let's get into it and find out, right? Let's see what I mean. Women in politics. Know your place. Right? Because Oh, shoot. I forgot. I have a video here that I didn't send, that I wanted to play. Man, and I didn't even put it, I didn't even do it. Maybe if I get lucky, I could send it to one of them out there. And maybe they can FTP it for me. Oh, shoot.
Where is it? Computer?
I'm sending it to,
This is harder.
what?
Is it on your computer?
It would be better if it's on my computer? Yeah? Okay, I'll airdrop it to my computer. Huh? I'll airdrop it to my computer and just accept it. Yeah. Thank you, Nick. What a mess. Unprofessional. Sorry, y'all. I totally slipped my mind to airdrop it to the FTP it. You guys don't know what that means. But anyway, we're going to get to it. In the meantime, let me... let me show you guys something. I have something for you guys. I want to get your opinion on it while we're waiting. We'll come back to that topic, women in politics. Hold your horses. We'll be back to it, but I need a question for you guys to answer really quick to find out if what you guys think about this. So, you know how our favorite saying in the chat is let God cook, right? So I'm working on some stuff here, and I just kind of want to see what you guys think about some of these designs here. Oh, shoot. That ain't it. But we coming back to her. We'll be back to her. We'll be back to her. But we are going to go this. Boom. What you guys think about that? It's real plain. It's real basic. So that's a plain version. Let God cook. Nothing crazy. You know, but I want to see it's not up on the store yet. I just wanted to get you guys' opinion, see if you guys like something simple like that. Let God cook. Yeah. Here's a white one. You know. How you guys like it? It's cool. There's that one. And then there's also if you're feeling bold, if you're really feeling it. Nothing? Okay. Okay, so if you're really feeling, there's that there. And then check this out. Let me see. Boom. Do you guys like the simple version, or you guys like this version here with like this one just kind of messing around, but kind of fun. The black needs to say, God got that shoe. Do you guys like it the simple, or you guys like an image? Which one do you guys like? Look, and then there's also in white too. Boom. Or sorry, in black. He got that ear cooked. So these are just some shirts. So I'm working on some ideas for a shirt. Let God cook, right? And I just want to get you guys' opinion, what you guys think. Trump shirt. or both. But I just want to see if you guys like it, or should I add a different image? You know, what would you see yourself wearing? Which one would you see yourself wearing? And would you see yourself out in public wearing any of these? You know what I mean? Like, that's what I need to know. Because they got to sell like hotcakes. It can't just be cute and sitting in your closet. You know what I mean? Jasmine says she likes the Black Trump one. Thank you, Jasmine. Let me see. Right on. Mr. Pink says let God cook doesn't go with the Trump photo. I was just thinking let God cook because God was in control when the bullet missed Mr. Trump's ear. So I was like, let God cook. But it could get misunderstood. So that's good feedback, Mr. Pink. Thank you. Simple is always better. Remove the hashtag, in my opinion. No Trump on it. Okay, let me do a quick poll and then we're gonna get to it. No Trump on T. Trump on T. Okay. I did a little poll. You guys can let me know. Thank you guys too for the feedback. And Instagram, I won't be purchasing, so my opinion might not count. The one with Trump being shot is the winner. Nice. JC. The one with Trump being shot is the winner. But he might have a different agenda to why he wants that one. Hey, my cousin said, send me every version. Right on. I like the simple. Cool, I appreciate you guys. I will keep that in mind. I'll go over those and I will see what the best one is to do. It's in there, Nick?
Yep.
Right on. Appreciate you, man. Cool. Perfect. Thank you. All right, guys, let's get to it. Let's jump to it. I have some stuff I want to share with you guys. So, as you guys know, we're talking about women in politics really quick, and then I'll get to your calls, and we'll kind of go from there. I have a clip I want to show you guys really quick. This is from the Officer Tatum Instagram. And he's a black guy that's on IG and YouTube and very outspoken. JLP has had him on different debates here, and he's interviewed him. I like Officer Tatum. He's a black guy that is a conservative Christian who, you know, speaks against the injustices in the world. And he was a former cop, and I like him. I think he has solid opinions, and he's funny as well. And I think he's a solid guy. I don't agree with every single thing he says, but I think he's a decent guy, and he's on the right side of things. So I got respect for him. But he brought shared a video of a girl who was giving her opinions about politics and conservatism and her criticisms on Kamala Harris, which is the current vice president, in the running for, if the Democrats win, she will be president in the next upcoming election here in November. So she's up for president right now because Biden dropped out because he kind of old. So Kamala, the vice president, is now up for presidency. So she has her criticisms about it, but I just wanted to talk about what she has to say. So let's just get to it.
Conservative women are just better than these liberals. I'm just saying. Young men, get a woman like this. that think like this, that act like this, and you'll live long.
Please just give me a valid reason as to why they're voting for Kamala Harris. So far, the only two that I've heard is because she's a woman and she's black. Coming from the exact same people that can't define what a woman is and who say not to judge people based off the color of their skin. Okay, thought we learned our lesson with Obama, but apparently not. Actually terrifying that this is the type of woman that people want as the president of the United States. They want a woman that's known for using her mouth to get to the positions that she's in. And I don't mean public speeches. But then again, based off the morals of the women of the left, not surprising. Don't get me wrong, I'm not against having a woman president, but I'm not going to vote for someone just because they've got a cooch. Especially one that is pro-defund the police and open border. Those are the same ones that say that Trump is trying to take down the democracy and you don't even realize what's happening in front of your own eyes. You now have a candidate that you did not vote for.
So, I don't know who she is, and I don't know her. I just wanted to comment on the things that she said and just her opinion about it. Is, I don't know, it just rubbed me the wrong way. And, to me, it just not making sense. And it's nothing against her as a person. I don't know nothing about her. She could be a really nice girl or, and mean well. And, nothing against her. Don't know her to have an opinion about her herself. But let's just talk about what she said. I don't like the fact that she's saying that Kamala used her mouth to get to the top or whatever. That stuff like that is just like below the belt. It's almost like it's just nastiness for no reason. Now people may feel that, have that opinion and stuff like that, but like those are like unnecessary low blows, right? And another thing that I don't like is that she's very outspoken. Now, she's a pretty girl, and maybe she is decent for the most part, but she's too outspoken. And the thing about being too outspoken is that she runs her mouth. She may be running her mouth too much. And that's still my only thing about having girls being outspoken like that. It's good to have your own opinion. I don't think there's nothing wrong with having your own opinion, but as a lady, you shouldn't be that outspoken. Because if you are that outspoken, you're probably running your mouth too much. And if you're running your mouth too much, it's because you're in your head judging. If you have too many opinions, you're in your head judging. And there's certain places like politics that's not useful. It's never useful, really. Nobody have to do it, a man or a woman, to be running their mouths too much. And then making those disparaging kind of jokes, whether it's true or not, it's like, it's off-putting to me. Red flag. And I feel like a lot of ladies are coming out on the side of right, on conservatism, and they're saying the right things, and their position on certain things may be of value, meaning like what they say can, like, I don't know, encourage others to think in the right way or wake people up and stuff like that. I'm not saying that that can't happen, but I still just don't believe that women need to be talking this way or even involved in this way in politics, period. Because that's man's business. You know what I mean? And you almost sound like a man when you're making these derogatory comments and jokes and these strong opinions. Like it takes away the femininity. And that's just the only thing. And it also makes you very judgmental. Right? And in my opinion, I just don't think it's a woman's place to be involved in politics. I love that women, I love a lady who has her own opinion and thinks for herself. That's beautiful, right? You want to think for yourself, but you don't want to get caught up. You know what I mean? You don't want to be just judgmental and opinionated. That's the word I'm looking for. Have your own opinion is cool, but you don't want to be opinionated, because then it starts to distort your character. And I think women in politics, they really get caught up in that. And I'm going to tell you why I feel women in politics, women shouldn't be in there. It's because women's emotions oftentimes get carried away. Their emotions oftentimes get carried away. And it's a lot harder, not saying that it's impossible and they can't ground themselves and see clearly. I'm not saying that that's not possible, but I'm saying that it's a lot harder for them to recognize like being more stable in their viewpoints or their opinions, and to be more grounded. They kind of get lost in the sauce. And when that happens, it gets dirty, it gets nasty, and it gets ugly. And it just takes away from the beauty, a woman's beauty. And I don't understand why you want to get involved in politics. I just don't understand. I don't understand it. It's like a man wanting to have a baby. Why would he have a desire to have a baby? I know that's like an extreme example. Or a man wanting to I don't know. A man wanted to do a woman's business. And now the conversation was like, well, what makes it a man's job? What makes it da-da-da? Is that I can't answer that for you. And I can't convince you of why what a man's job is and what a woman's job is. And these are also just what I believe. So don't believe me. But I will say is that when I watch it and I'm looking at it, it just doesn't feel feminine. You know what I mean? And even when a man is like too into women, and I get caught up, and sometimes I get caught up, even when a man is like too into like, you know, the ladies or whatever the case is, that it's the same thing. It's like not manly. Or like into like spitting game and doing these things and all this stuff. It's not man. It just doesn't look attractive. So, because all that game stuff, all that the guy trying to, you know, get the girl, but trying to like play by the rules and say all the right things is a female. It's like female psychology. It's playing into her game. How do we please her? So, yeah, there's just things that just, and it's I just don't think women need to worry themselves with political things. You take a look at the news here and there, but I just don't think you should be involved because it's stressful. It corrupts men. Politics corrupts men. You know what I mean? It makes men tend to be more like negative. It makes men tend to be more like on the edge because in the politics and what we live in now, I don't know what it was before, but now it's a fight. It's about fighting. It's about teams. It's about verses. And all you do is fight. So you start developing that nature in you to just always want to like debate and spar with people and fight and disagree, and it becomes very negative. And it corrupts a lot of men. So imagine what it's doing to the delicate mind of a woman. The delicate spirit of a woman. So I know that opinion ain't gonna be liked by many, but that's just my opinion. You don't gotta believe me. You shouldn't believe me. You should think and know for yourself. Right? And I could be wrong. And listen. I ain't saying I got all the answers, but that's just how I see it when I look at people with opinions. And I commented on, what's the other girl's name? The other girl, Lily. But the reason why I liked Lily's points is before I realized that she was this like conservative activist, almost feels like. She was talking about money is not important and like values, those type of values. Right? In a video I seen, she was getting into not caring about a guy's wallet and like how she dates, regular guys who don't even have a lot of money but want to have a family and raise. Like, I appreciate it. That was cool. That stuff is cool. But then I found out she gets into the activism and then she cusses and all, she has like a dirty mouth. It doesn't make her a bad person or evil, but it is off-putting. It's just a little unattractive. It makes you look manly. But let me get to some super chats, because I think I have some super chats on the subject, and then I'll call it. And then I'll take some calls, because we got some callers on the line. C-Sal with the super chat says, Joel, in your opinion, what's the best way for a woman to serve the Lord and her country? Ooh! Great question. The best way for a woman to serve the Lord first, we'll get to that, is overcome herself, work on herself, find her way to stability out of her emotions, find God within, and keep an open mind and an open heart. That's huge. And take accountability. Be honest with yourself. But a simple answer is just to be working on yourself. Keep your eyes on yourself. And let God lead you. That's the best way. Because when you do that, and this goes for all people, men and women, but when you do that, your light shines. Your light is visible to others. And that's enough. Right? It's not always about all that you know and that you know everything about everything. You're so smart. It's not about that, but it's about, do people see God reflecting from you and in you? And as far as the country goes, is the best way for a woman to serve her country is to not try to serve her country. She doesn't need to serve her country. She needs to serve, if she's married, she needs to serve her family. Right? And be kind and love your neighbor and those around you and stuff like that. Just serve your family, your country. Let the men deal with that stuff. Because it's dirty. It's a dirty place. It's a dirty place. But men are built for it. Women are tough too, but women are tough in a different way. They're built to be tough in a different way. That's why, part of the reason why women can stick around with their child longer than a man can because they're built in a different way to handle that type of endurance. They're stronger in that area. So the strength is there, but it's just in there in a different way. But that's beautiful too. You know what I mean? Like, be strong in the gifts you've been given to be strong in. And the men, let the men go out there and be strong how they need to be strong. They can take the punches. They can take the hits. Right? We're built for that. But great question, C-Style. Right on. Thanks for the support. Amazing stuff. I hope that made sense. In my opinion. Linnea and Chin, young Prince of Prance, I could be wrong, but let I'm cook. He put let I'm cook. Is modern jargon for let him suffer, let him put his fun in the blank and cause his own demise. That means let God cook. Equals forget God. No, it ain't that deep, Linnea and Chin. That's not where I'm going with it. It's just a simple let God cook. God is in control. He's the one that controls all things. Let him handle it. Let God do it. He's cooking up life, and you just a piece of the chicken in the soup. You know what I'm saying? And you don't know where you're going to end up. So that's all that I mean by it. But anyway, let me see. Let me see what we got here. I'm going to take some calls real quick. Let's get to the calls, see what you guys got on it. Let God cook means let Joel make some Cajun soup, says Riley on YouTube. That's right. Let me go to JC at Little Rock, Arkansas. JC, welcome to the show. You're on the air. You can call in, guys, at 888-775-3773. 888-775-3773. Go ahead, JC.
Hello, Joel. How are you, sir?
All is well. How's it going?
You know, I'm yet praying for you and your viewpoint. First of all, my little cousin is watching today. I invited him, so he's watching on Instagram today. So shout out to my little cousin.
Shout out, little cousin.
Yeah, because sometimes I need reinforcements dealing with y'all. Okay, so what roles, and I think you sort of was saying that with Mr. C-South Super Chat, but what roles do you feel
don't say all that, Mr.
Okay. But what roles do you think women should have in life?
What roles?
Yes.
That's a great question, JC. I don't want to say anything specific because that's for each person to define themselves. But I will say is that a woman should focus on being a woman, and a woman is mostly feminine. And there's things that women are to do that fit more into their role as women, and there's things that men do that fit into their role as men, and those things are different, and they're not meant to be mixed up or everybody can do anything. Everybody's capable. You can do it, and not saying you can't, but you won't find peace in it. And I think there's two different ways of living that a man has to find and a woman has to find.
Okay, so let's take it back to biblical times, shall we?
Okay.
When it came to Jesus at his tomb, was it men that was there the full time when Jesus returned and stuff after the 3 days? Was it men that stayed, or was it women that stayed weeping until Jesus was found and returned?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. Who you saying? Who
It was
stayed?
women.
It was women who stayed and wept.
It was the women that when they announced that Jesus was gone, it was women that stayed and wept. But when Jesus returned, it was right there. It was women. It wasn't even us as men. It was women still being the backbone, still being strong and everything. So it's rough to hear you say these things.
Well, I want to. Oh, go ahead. Finish your point. Go ahead. Finish your point.
It's rough to hear you say these things when you say like women can't be in politics. That just disregards people like Condoleezza Rice, people like Madeleine Albright. I know how you feel about Hillary. I don't even have to mention her name, but people like her. There's so many women. And then think about it. What if you end up having a daughter and some man was telling her, you can't do this because you're a girl. You have your limitations because you're a girl. You're less than.
There's nothing wrong with that, though. There's nothing wrong with that. Now, if he's like, and for one, that's his opinion. If he were to say that, but for two, that I agree with that. There's some things that just aren't fit for a woman to do. Like, your side wants everybody to be women to be able to play men's sports. For what? For what? Why is it necessary for a woman to play a man's sports? Why can't the women play the women's sport? It's just stuff like that. It's just blatant that, like, there's a different ulterior motive here. Why do you want to be with the men doing the men's stuff? I don't understand.
You don't want the women to play basketball and the men to be the cheerleaders?
That's a great point. Nobody wants that.
Well, no. What's wrong with male dancers? There's nothing wrong with male dancers.
There's nothing wrong with male dancers, but male cheerleaders, if they have pom poms and it just.
But they learn choreography and routines too and everything. But one might say that's feminine, correct?
Right. I think that men are supposed to be masculine and look masculine, right? And I'm not saying there's not a time to be, like soft. Not too soft, but there's a time. Right. But women shouldn't be feminine, and women should be feminine and not masculine. And
but you get where I'm going with like the male cheerleader, male dancers, choreographers, and who I'm talking with, because people could easily point out and try to say, and I'm pretty sure people have tried to say, you being a dancer, choreographer. Maybe they want to call that feminine. Maybe they want to say that that's women's work or whatever. But you're breaking that stereotype, correct?
Oh, you're saying when I'm dancing, at least I don't think I am. I don't feel like, I don't know. When I think of a cheerleader, if I do a cheerleader routine with girls, it's gonna look different than when I'm doing like hip hop with a bunch of guys. It's just a different. It's a different look.
But you've had to face that stigma, right? Where people have insulted you. I mean, even that, what Lenny and Tier calls you, the Lord of the Prance and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, that's the stigma to say that, like, just because you're a man, you shouldn't be doing that thing. Even though you break that barrier, correct?
That men shouldn't dance in general?
That men shouldn't dance or be choreographers, be a professional dancer. But you break that barrier. You're very much a straight man that does this, that still is very comfortable in his masculinity when it comes to dancing and everything. But nobody, like, you shouldn't have to worry if that's man's job or women's job. You have the freedom as a human to do this job, and you do it happily.
Yeah. No, 100%. And here's the thing, though, is that, but I'm also not. I'm also not parading around as if dancing is so masculine that I should be able to do what I want. If I want to dance, I can do. Yes, of course, but let's just say I were to find out in the grand scheme of things that dancing is a feminine thing, then that's fine. Then I would realize, okay, well, that's a feminine thing. I don't need to be blah, blah, blah. But the point is that I'm not parading around thinking that that I don't know, that this is like that I get to do whatever I want. And the thing is that oftentimes with the women or the men and them trying to trade the roles and do whatever they want, it's really people just trying to find their way in life and make sense of what is true and what is not. It's not that they want to be a cheerleader, a male cheerleader, or the woman wants to work as a be in politics or work as a man. They're just lost trying to find their way.
But they also do want that. Kamala wants to be president. That's why she ran. That's why she accepted the role as vice president. That's why she's trying to gain this nomination. She wants to do that. So it's just, I don't know your mindset sometimes. I'll be praying for you because you're telling, there could be a little girl that stumbles in onto your show, which could be good programming some of the time. Not just because of callers like me, but sometimes I do enjoy some of your messages. But there could be a little girl listening and being like just discouraged to follow her dreams just because an adult man told her she could not.
No, I'm not saying that she cannot. It's just my opinion, though. Like, for example, like if somebody said, you make a great example with the dance thing. You said that, how do you know that your dance thing that you're doing is not considered feminine or whatever the case is, and I'm breaking barriers or whatever you said, is that's true, and people have the right to have that opinion. And who am I to say that that's not true? What if later I discover that that's the case? So they have a right to express that opinion, and I also have a right to disagree with it and continue to do what I'm doing. So I'm just expressing my opinion, and I'm just trying to put the pieces together why I believe it doesn't work. And if that makes sense to you, cool. But if it doesn't, then you can keep running for president.
Right. And like I said, it's a good thing that dance doesn't have a gender. I still want to challenge you to a dance off one day. I think that would be fun.
But let me say this one last thing though, JC, is that it seems that you come off as very closed-minded and very biased to the women's side of things. And when I speak about men, it's always about like with this vitriol. But when it comes to the women, you like to defend them, and you're very closed off. It seems like, in my opinion, to these ideas that I speak of. Do you think that is that true?
In defense of that, I speak for humans. I speak for equality, and I speak for right. I feel like sometimes you spread sexist and misogynistic views, and me as a man who loves everybody, is just willing to call that out and stuff. I have nothing against men or anything. I'm actually excited for Men's History Month next month. So
nice.
I love being a man. I've stated that. However, I do call out things that I don't feel is right. I feel like you sometimes disrespect women just the same way that I feel like you disrespect different races. It's like I feel like you disrespect a lot of different creeds of people. So it's not just you. It's your whole community. It's your whole fan base. It's your workplace and everything. You're one of the nicer ones, and I do appreciate you letting me have this platform for us to converse, to be educated with one another, because I do learn things from you, and I'm hoping that I'm educated with you. But no, I don't think that sometimes when you use your platform, I think it's a hinder, and I think it's sometimes rough to hear you have these words spread around the airwaves, and it's filled with negativity.
Well, fair enough, and I respect that. And at the end of the day, I just say to be, maybe I'm wrong in certain areas, but maybe I'm also right in certain areas. And maybe you are being open to it, but it just doesn't seem as if it doesn't come off that way. But I just hope that you are open to thinking about some of the things that I'm saying instead of just denying them. Maybe, I don't know.
That's the thing, though.
protect.
Like, I wouldn't listen. I wouldn't listen if I wasn't put into consideration
Fair
into
enough.
these words that you say. I listen so often, but it used to break my heart. Your point of views.
Fair enough.
All right, and then one last thing. One of your little mods that chat.
Okay,
I
but
know
we
is your
can't. But
little best friend.
we don't want to talk about the mods no more. Just when
the
you call
middle
in.
finger to him.
Okay, but I
Just
don't.
the middle finger to him.
JC, I like talking to you. I don't mind talking to you. And I like the back and forth, but only call in to speak to me and not indirectly to the chat. Because my platform is not the place to fight with the chat. So no more of that, JC. No more fight with the chat on the air. But I still appreciate your call. Thank you for calling, man. Let me go to Hi Man, Minnesota. Hi man, welcome to the show. You're on the air. Hi May.
Yo, what's up?
How's it going, man?
It's going good. Hey, you know how in the Bible it talks about Jesus being confronted by the devil?
Yeah.
And being all like, hey, I'll give you all this and all that. Well, now you know how he felt.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
Hold on a second. You know, JC was saying this and that, and you should do your show like this, and then you'll get more people. That's just what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like the back and forth. I'm with you there.
No, I get I get the point though, is that but that's great, and that's why I like the back and forth, because it either you learn something new or it sharpens you in your belief. So I always invite people to disagree if that's how they feel, and everybody has a right to have their own opinion.
Yeah. Hey, I wanted to talk to you about that. What women ought to be looking at in men. And you're right. Whether they're a Christian or seeking God is one of the things. And before a man or a woman starts going out, they got to know what they're going out for, you know. And these are all things that mom and dad should have been teaching everybody. But you know, the TV shows are all teaching us, you know, to date. You know, so the community's taught us generations to go and date everybody, and that sex is love and all this other stuff, you know.
Yeah.
But in a perfect world, or in which the only world that can be perfect is your own, and that's if you're, you know, right with God.
Yeah.
So the proper way for a man and a woman to get together is for them to know that they want children. You know,
the proper way.
This is really the only reason for a man and a woman to get married in a perfect world, and what God made it to be, is to get married. And I know that's not what it is now. I know we got atheists, we got Buddhists and Muslims, and they got every single reason to get married under the sun, but that's not proper.
Okay, well, what do you think about? Let me ask you from yesterday. What do you think a woman should look for in a man?
Yeah.
What do you think?
That well, first off is the religion.
Okay.
Are they the same religion?
Oh.
Because if they aren't the same religion, it's going to be trouble. And I say that because that's what I talked to my wife about before we started dating, is what's your religion? What's your thoughts on finances? What's your thoughts on kids? How many kids do you want? And it wasn't all right away, but we talked about it really early. I did. I said, hey, you know, and that's what you got to do as a man in this life, in the world that we live in now. 100 years ago, 500 years ago, it was different.
So first it's based off of, like, so say if she says that she's a Muslim, that's you leave, you don't, you there, okay, gotta go bye type of thing.
like I'm a Christian and she's a Muslim.
Yeah, if you say
it'd be a no-go. It'd be no. And this is in the beginning of dating.
So
like,
what if?
Say, you know,
well, I'm just running out of time.
You
so
see a woman right there, and she's a Muslim. Okay, well, I'm a Christian, so I'm gonna go find myself a Christian. Why are you looking at a Muslim? I don't know why you're looking at a Muslim.
No,
you should be looking for the Christian.
Right, but I'm saying that what if in the situation you're dating and she's a Muslim by name, because let's just say maybe her parents, they were Muslims and she had never heard anything about Christianity or what Christianity offers, and she hasn't had it, and you tell her this and then you just leave, but maybe she's open to Christianity.
Well, that's a lot of ifs and a lot of, all that. If this and if that, and don't do that.
But how would you know? But I know, but you're just saying that if she says she's Muslim, you should just leave. And I don't think that's a good idea. I don't think that's a good idea because you don't know why she's in that position, and maybe she's not even really a Muslim.
Yeah. Have you ever been engaged?
And that's an identity too. That's not who somebody really is, a Christian or a Muslim. That's a identity. It's not who they really are.
Right, we're talking about here in the real world, but have you ever been engaged?
Never been engaged, no.
Okay, so you've dated though?
Yes.
And were they all Christians?
Oh, that's a good question. No, not all of them were Christians, and the one that I dated who actually was a Christian, didn't really believe in Christian values at heart. So that's a perfect example. But listen, that's a perfect example. Let me just make that point. Is that she said she was a Christian, and she believed in. And she said that I vote for Trump, all this stuff. But when it came down to the wire, she wasn't firm in these beliefs. She was a decent girl. I still got love and respect for her. But when it came down to it, she didn't really, really, really believe these things. But she said she was a Christian. She said. So it's not just about saying that person is a Christian. You got to actually be a Christian.
Sure. And when you were dating, were you dating
but is that true?
Married?
Was that true? Is that true or not? What I just said?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Right. So then, do you still have your same opinion about you shouldn't just leave when she says that she's a Muslim?
Oh yeah, if she's not the same religion as you, you don't go for it.
Okay.
If she doesn't agree with you on religion, finances, child rearing, and politics, it's a no-go. Because here's the reason why. Don't waste your time when there's, the sea is full of fishes.
I do agree with that. But
so don't waste your time because there are people that are 4 out of 4 right on there with you.
Yeah.
But the man has to want to date to get married. If you're just dating, and this is what happened to me, I was just dating to date because I wanted to, be cool and all that, go date.
Yeah.
That was wrong. That was the first misstep. Don't do that, and men used to know that and teach their kids that. Don't be dating just to date. Find a woman and go in it wanting to get married. Don't be, pussyfooting around, playing with these women. And breaking their hearts.
I agree. I agree that there are too many other people in the world to be trying to convince or change one person. But I also think that. So I agree with you when you say that. But there's other fish in the sea. But I also think that it's necessary to give it a little time to find out the truth, not just go based off of somebody's word right off the bat or. They say this or they say that. I think it takes a little time to find out what they truly believe and what they're really about.
I agree with you. Like a month.
If
you're going over a month, you're not there for marriage. You're there for the other thing.
I don't put a time on it, but I get you. But the point is that you shouldn't be wasting too much time. I understand. I can agree to that.
And a woman should look for a man for the same things, that she wants to get married, she wants to have the kids. And if she picks a man, he's got to be financially. That's one of the things. Not the first thing, but there's those 4 things. Religion, politics, child rearing, and finances.
Fair.
And the woman
Yeah.
is at the most detriment. She's got to pick the right one, because if she picks somebody who's the same religion, does the politics the same, and the child rearing, but he's a bum, she's gonna have a hard time raising the kids, and she's gonna have a hard time.
Well, if he's following God, if he's truly following God, he'll never be a bum, because he's not a bum. But she should just trust in that, most importantly, that he's following God. But of course, if he's getting married, he should be able to provide for his family. Of course, that those are things that are necessary. I think the point I was just trying to, well, not I think, but the point I was trying to make yesterday is that most importantly, she just needs to know he's following God. So no matter what the circumstances are, what they turn into, she can just trust that God's taking care of him, which in turn means that he's taking care of the family. But I'm so out of time. Jaime, appreciate your points.
So you're not going to go later?
Not today. I'm still trying to figure the time and the schedule out with that stuff. But I got to end early today.
Okay. Yeah, I think we've made the points. Those are good points.
Yeah.
Okay.
I appreciate the call, Jaime. Call me again.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye. Oh, shoot. I hung up on Frederick, and that wasn't on purpose. I just got to end now. American Anchor Baby is not coming in, but we're working out some schedule stuff, so I'm not here later today. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Frederick, sorry about that, man. And Frederick didn't even get in anyway. But I appreciate it, Frederick, for calling. Call me again tomorrow. Thank you guys. Let me check the poll here. Trump on the T. Most people want the Trump on the T. Okay, then. They said that they want this. Hold on. They want the Trump on the T. Let God cook. Ooh-wee. That's crazy. I think it's pretty cool. And if you look close, you can see the American flag within the photo, too. So, let's go. But I am going to soon, hopefully, put some up for sale. Along with these plain ones here. Let God cook. Boom. I like this color right here. Salmon. Boom. So, I ain't going to put them up if you ain't going to buy them. If I get put them up, y'all better buy them. Order them things. For your cousin, your auntie, your uncle, your brother. Okay? Appreciate you guys for tuning in. I got to go. American Anchor Baby is coming at 4 o'clock today. Not at 12. He'll be at 4 o'clock today. So make sure you guys watch his show. Follow us across the board. I'll be back here tomorrow, y'all. Until next time, got to go. Love you. Bye.